Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for November 23rd through December 22nd. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right. Sagittarius, what do we got here? Sagittarius. All right, what aren't they telling you, Sagittarius? So we got Queen of Swords right here. Okay. Knight of Swords. So this could be Libra, this could be Aquarius. Page of Swords, why not? Four of Wands. Did I get that? I didn't know. I messed it up, didn't I? But yeah. Five of Swords. This is a Four of Wands. I think I said Page of Wands. I meant Four of Wands. The Hierophant. No, it's not. It's the Emperor. Good Lord. The Emperor. Lovers. And the Knight of Wands. That could be Leo. Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Leo. This could be Aries right here. We got the Emperor. Okay, and then Libra right there. All right. Let me get my, what you call these? My little guys. Over there. All right. It's gonna bug me. Okay. Are they wanting to be left alone for a while? Is this like them just kind of being like, I can't do this anymore, I need time to be alone and think? They've got to break free and go do their own thing? Or is it that they're saying that but there's little interest? But is there little interest because they're just pulling back on everything because they're just not sure about this? There's just too much instability. We've got no stability here. And they're just like, you know, I'm not about that. So this is someone that's, you probably just met them, but they're wanting to fly solo. Because they're thinking that this is way too, they don't have any trust in this. They don't see the longevity in this, and they're scared. This is about connectedness and intimacy, and they don't feel it. And this might be somebody who's particularly sensitive to that. So they don't see the possibility for longevity right now, and it could be because quite possibly because of the way they feel about you. So that this is new, this is online, this is sudden. We've been getting along great as far as doing stuff, but the downtime relationship type stuff, they don't do that well. They're afraid. So this this is someone's like, you know what, I got to put this on hold. I got some decisions to make about my life. But really, they don't want to lose the control and self-sufficiency. And being in connection for them scares the daylights out of them because it means that they're going to lose their independence, and they're going to have to be vulnerable, and they're going to have to trust, and they're going to have to rely on somebody. So this is someone that is much more suited. They feel like they're much more suited to be unto themselves. This is someone that just has got a lot going on, but they also create a lot going on and hide behind that. It's not that they're bad. It's not calling them out or anything. It's just that if you're interested in seeing behind the curtain, that's what's going on. They do have a lot going on, and this is something that would probably help if you are interested. This is somebody that has a profound fear of commitment and connection because of some things that have happened in the past that have left them in the lurch, that they've been taken advantage of. So they've just got a knee-jerk reaction to, after a certain point, put up a barrier. And they keep themselves busy, and they create a lot of busyness to kind of have that be like a smokescreen for actual connection, because it's very frightening for them. All right, so What's this Lover's card about? What's this Lover's card? Strength. All right, what's this Page of Swords about? This is Four of Wands about, yeah. Queen of Swords right there. Okay, so yeah, this is someone that is like, is hopeful but scared. Yeah, that's awesome, right? That's poor thing. You just like, they take one look at you and they're gonna piddle because they're like, What's this Five of Swords about? Right there. 10 of Swords. Okay, what's this Emperor about? Yeah, this is someone that's just really wanting to, it's like they're wanting, it's like baby steps, right? They want to believe, but then they're just like, you know, what they need is, okay, here's what it's like. It's like they've got all these little piles in their life that after having met you has highlighted the fact that they need to deal with that. They need to get those piles, those little piles everywhere, sorted. And they need to deal with some past issues, some past heartbreak that has kept them kind of isolated and unto themselves. And it's like they say they want this solid, stable commitment, right? This new beginning, this fresh start, whatever, but they've still got stuff from the past that's haunting them that they really need to deal with. And you two, if you want this to work, you need to have a heart-to-heart. And you need to say what's what and be very clear about what your plans are, what your intentions are, what you want, and what your threshold, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want, and this is how I am, and that's that. Because this person doesn't make it past a certain point. They start putting up barriers. What's this Knight of Wands? And this is definitely about intimacy, particularly emotional intimacy. You two have... there's a pretty strong attraction here physically, and that's one of their big hurdles. So they're like, okay, this person is past this hurdle. Oh my gosh, you know, that usually nobody gets past that part, like the attraction fades or fizzles or whatnot. So this is, you two are up and running, you know, I mean, there's that chemistry there, but that's where they're like, whoa, and now they're realizing that the next step, but they're too afraid. And they're just so used to being on their own. What's this Knight of Wands about? This Knight of Wands. Four of Pentacles. All right. So you've got somebody that wants this but is afraid, basically. And they've got their own stuff to deal with. But if, Sagittarius, you want this relationship, I don't want to say you're going to have to lay down the law, but it would go a long way to illuminate that or to explain that and just be like, look, this is what I want with us and this is what I'm in the market for, just so they have a clear picture, because this is somebody that does not do well with surprises or having to intuit because of their fear of connection and commitment because of what's happened in the past. So, and admittedly, they have to deal with that. Like, that's something that they've got to eventually sort out and figure out what they want to do, you know, what kind of relationship they want for themselves, instead of just kind of living up until a certain point with somebody and then using their busyness that they've created as a barrier. So being clear and, I mean, we've got the Queen of Swords twice here. This is like, this is what I want. This is what I'm all about. This is where I stand. These are deal breakers. This is my threshold, that sort of thing. Provided you see this as something worthwhile. Otherwise, you know, you can cut things off as well. I mean, you can, this can be about you cutting things off. Either way, a clear, decisive conversation or many heart-to-heart talks, being truthful, would really go a long way with this person, because they're going to get up to a certain point and then start to do weird stuff because of their just abject terror of getting close to somebody again. It's been a while. This person, the Sagittarius that I'm reading for, your person, it's been a long time since they've connected and feel the way they feel about you, and they really feel like they've stumbled onto something with you, which is just heightening the sense of fear and highlighting the fact that, oh my gosh, I really haven't progressed since the last issue that I had with somebody, since the last time this happened. Holy cow, I gotta deal with, there's a lot I gotta deal with. So part of it is stuff they've created, and part of the stuff they have to deal with is undealt stuff. like stuff they haven't dealt with yet. So it's fair. They're just this sort of awakening with you is reminding them of all that they have to square up and shore up and get current with themselves, so that they don't project that into this relationship with you. All right. What's this? We got the Knight of Cups here. I can't remember if I said that. That's Scorpio. Leo. Okay. All right. What else for? Oopsie, wrong deck. What else for Sagittarius? Yeah, it's like, they're like, yeah, I'm really busy and I've got a lot going on. Okay, but they also feel a certain way for you, and they can't ignore that, and it's causing them problems, actually. You think it'd be like, oh, great, you're exactly what I was looking for. Nope. Nope, this is someone used to being on their own, and they don't know what to do with how they feel. So they're kind of sabotaging themselves of sorts. It's not for you to rescue, but it would go a long way if you're interested in this relationship. If you're put off by that, then, this is about breaking it off, right? But if you're interested in this and you can get where they're coming from and understand it and know it's not personal, you're just like, look, this is what I see for us. Your turn, and then hopefully you two can kind of have many conversations, figure it out. That's for Sagittarius. Nine of Pentacles. This is about someone protecting themselves. This is about someone thinking that they're in a situation that may be a threat to their dignity or self-worth. This is someone that's used to being on their own and providing for themselves. This could be a very compatible, symbiotic relationship, but that will have to get fleshed out. We got the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords here. You two need to have many conversations, and it looks like this was also something born online, or at least there's that a lot of your relationship has happened thus far online. But when you two talk, you're going to need to sort all that out, because you've got somebody that's very independent, and quite used to not having to be accountable to anybody and doing things on their own. Easy come, easy go, come and go when they please. So if this is going to blossom into something, this person's going to have to figure out how to coexist with somebody else and their wants and needs, and being reliable and dependable, and also letting down their guard a little bit to rely and depend on somebody else. This is kind of huge for them. And their old defaults are kicking in. All right. What else for Sagittarius? What's for Sagittarius? Oh, you are never alone. Well, you're not. Oh, Sagittarius. It's kind of different, because it doesn't feel like it fits with this, unless this person is in and out, in and out, in and out. But this feels spiritual to me. This feels like you're feeling some kind of spiritual disconnect here. Like you're just all in your head and you're not very connected spiritually, and you're feeling kind of alone and separate spiritually. But this is about, from what looks here, this is about someone that you've kind of been going back and forth with, that you've got to have a heart-to-heart with. But as far as feeling alone, or if you're feeling like, well, this is the only person that's out there, it's not. And they feel for you more than they're letting on, which is to their detriment, because there could be really something here if they'd be willing to let it happen. But if they keep putting these barriers up, it's going to push you away. But as far as, sorry, you're never alone, I don't want you to feel sad. I don't know how this isn't hitting for me. This isn't like ringing any bells. So I hope that fits for you. If it resonates, awesome. I'm just going to leave it there. It doesn't feel like it fits with this, but if it fits with you, okay. What else for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Oh, geez. Self. Focusing on yourself. What happened? Did you have a fight or something? Or maybe that's what these swords are about. Like, I hate to think that you two have kind of hit up against something, and I'm sitting here advocating for them when they behave like a jerk or something. But as far as what they're not telling you and what's behind the way they behaved, if you have had a row, it's because they connection terrifies them because of what's happened in their past. They've got some stuff to sort out that they've been hanging on to for quite some time, and they kind of just sort of gotten into this little shell and done things their own way for so long. And it's very easy for them to disconnect. But there's an interest here, but that only serves to scare them, right? That's fun. Again, this is if you're interested in sorting this out with this person. This is not about you rescuing them, because God forbid that means somebody has to continuously stay lost, and that's boring after a while. But if you feel the same, this is what's behind their in, out, or back and forth, or you get up to a certain point and then they're like, I gotta go for 2 weeks because I can't handle the vulnerability and the rawness of this because it's terrifying. This is why. Again, those clarifying conversations really could help. Could be too with the Queen of Swords that you're, I don't know. I was gonna say it could be, going to talk to someone else, you two, but I don't know that you're that far along yet as a couple that you'd be willing to go talk to somebody else. This is probably about you two needing to flesh some things out as far as what you're going to do from here forward, if you want that new beginning or if you want to take things to the next level. What else for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. What's for Sagittarius? Oops. Emperor reverse, so that's Aries. And 8 of Wands. So have you been going back and forth and arguing? I want to say needlessly. Sorry. That's not a slam. It's just that this is somebody that might be used to getting their own way. And they're, it's like, they need to chill out. They need to calm down is what they need to do. They're making something out of nothing and they're wanting their way. And you're like, no, this is about agreement for both of us. This is about you and I working this out. And so they need to calm down and listen. But again, this is if you think it's worth it. But and maybe that's why, because you guys are on a downswing. Maybe that's why you're like, dang it, I found this great connection, and then there they go. Well, here's Spirit telling you you're never alone. So there's that. But as far as this person, they need to be able to own up to their stuff. And I really hope that they're honest with you about it. Because here you are being willing to talk and willing to kind of, okay, well, now that we've figured out we feel the same for each other, what's next? They need to come and show up to that conversation. Not just kind of be like, well, let's just talk about that at a later time. Well, okay, there's your answer then. So this is someone that, yeah, they need to not, I don't want to say let go. They need to let go of control here. They need to not have everything so regimented, because it's not going to allow them to connect with you or go any further. And they just want certain aspects of you where that's not realistic for you. And it might be that this is you ending it because they just won't budge. But this feels like a lot of conversations clearing the air. And maybe you two are on a separation phase, and that's why there's this feeling of aloneness or separation. And this person needs to come to their senses and be willing to have those heart-to-heart talks with you and air it out and be like, all right, let's agree on some things here. Going forward, we agree for this, this, and this, because that would go a long way with this type of personality. And then also not to be so darn controlling. When you're that controlled, it doesn't give much room for hope and spontaneity and just creation and newness and all that. And you both need some of that. At least where this is concerned. So they, letting go of control, calming things down, and just kind of letting things happen with the caveat that, all right, here's our agreement, and then let's just see what happens. Lots of opportunity, lots of changes coming in. I honestly, Sagittarius, I hope they are willing to have this conversation with you, because otherwise you need to keep moving, because this could be someone that could be very selfish and is just so used to having things their own way that they're like, well, it's not worth it. But see, what they're not telling you is it is worth it to them. They do want this, but the more they want it, the more it scares them, which I don't like, because that means you have to rescue them, and that's not, I don't like that rescuing business. So round and round we go. You two need to talk. You really do. You need to talk. All right. I hope this was helpful, Sagittarius, and I hope your person comes to their senses. I mean, I hope they work through it. It's not easy, but I do hope that you two are able to talk about this. Okay, I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.